Alright, the theme of this video is going to be a little bit different. This is mainly meant to be a video about, in my opinion, the best engine you can buy for under $50. So what this is a Spectrum engine from the late 90s. At the time, I actually bought this engine for $29.99 at my local hobby shop. I've even saw these at shows as low as $25 unbuilt. So what you get in the box is basically the shell here. The grab irons are actually not installed, so you do have to glue those on. I put this together when I was about 15, so it's kind of hard to see, but there are some glue marks around some of the places where it's actually glued, but overall not that bad of a job. And the nice thing about these rails is you can bend them. They're not going to break. I mean, this is a durable train, so you're not going to have these problems like a lot of these newer Athearn ones. I mean, sure, it's not as detailed, but I mean, it's something that you can have fun with and detail and modify yourself. I even put DCC in this thing. Not the easiest thing in the world, and I'll have some pictures at the end of the video about that. The internal construction of it, this is one of the first engines that they made that actually had the dual flywheel drive in it, so it's very, very smooth, even under DC operation, because these only really came with DC. DCC wasn't even really an option at that time. I later put that in just actually a couple months ago. But, you know, I had no intentions of ever even running DCC at the time that I bought these, and I actually bought the other unit, which is, I think, the 6062 is the other road number on these. And they've made a couple of these over the years. But there are other road names available: Union Pacific, Santa Fe, which actually I think comes as the BNSF and the War Bonnet. There's also CSX. It's the Dash 8 GE. And this is the wide cab. There's also a Norfolk Southern, which is the older cab design, not the wide cab. But the reason I feel this is the best engine you can buy now for under $50 is for people who are just getting into model railroading. The kids out there, you just want a nice locomotive and you're not trying to spend $100 for one of them. Find one of these. You will not be disappointed with it. And if you do want to do modifications to it, it's pretty easy. And they're very nice to detail. I mean, just a great starter engine. And yes, you can find blue box Athearns, but they're not going to be quite as detailed as what this one is, and they're also not going to be as smooth, and they're probably not going to pull as well as what this one does. I've easily pulled up to 30 cars with this. There's modern engines you can buy that don't do that. My Intermountain ES44s, they certainly don't pull that much. Even my Kato AC 4400s don't pull that much. So the pulling power is great, very smooth operation. With DCC, I actually put an NCE Bach DSL decoder in these, and it is super, super smooth. These run every bit as good as any other brand out there with those decoders in there. But for a great starter engine, this is it. So find one of these at a local show. Probably won't even pay more than $50 for it. In most cases, you can probably talk them down to $30 or $40 for one of these, maybe even less. I've locally saw one a couple months ago. Actually, it was brand new for $25. Can't beat that. So for those of you getting into model railroading and just looking for a great starter engine, look no further. This is the one.